Welcome to my channel, The Cloud Box, and this is the next video inside the Databricks playlist. And in this video, I'm going to discuss about what is the SCD Type 2 and how we can implement in the Databricks. Okay. If you have not watched my previous video on SCD, so I have already discussed what is the slowly changing dimension, what are all those types, and how we can implement the SCD Type 1 in the Databricks using delta tables. If you are coming first time on my channel, so I would like to introduce it. The channel name is The Cloud Box, and here I upload video related to the Azure data engineering stuff. You will find many videos on the Data Factory, Databricks, Python, PySpark, SQL, and Azure DevOps. So if you already know what is the SCD type 1 and you have already implemented, you are only looking for SCD type 2, you can start the video from here. Okay. Before I start it, let me quickly show some of the document. So I have prepared this document for my last video. So I have discussed what is the slowly changing dimension, what are all those types. So I would like to give a quick recap about type 0 is nothing but it's only allowed for the insert. There is no update is happening in this. So update is not allowed. Type 1, it's overwrite mode. It's going to overwrite the existing changes, and apart from that, it's going to insert the new changes. SCD type 2, it's going to maintain the history for the existing record and it makes expired, and apart from that, insert also new record. Type 3, it's maintain a new column and it's make like a value what was the previous value and the new value. That's the quick recap. So I would like to open one of the Excel sheet which I have prepared. So you see there is a bronze data. Bronze table, that is a staging table, you can say. In the staging table, I have details of employee, employee ID, employee name, designation, and salary. Okay. So there are two employees, right, with these details. And like I need to do the first the history migration of this basically staging table to the employee details dim table. And if we do the history migration for the first time, and if we do any incremental load, we need to maintain the SCD type. Apart from these similar column, we have audit columns also. So updated date, end date, and that is a flag indicator active. So I mean this is optional, the flag indicator, but mostly people keep in a project. Okay, we are going to implement in a practical way how to we implement incremental load in the project. Okay, so you see updated date is nothing but on the day record got inserted or updated. End date is basically we do not know when is going to expire for the active record, so we make a calendar date. Calendar end date is 9999 1 2 and 31st, and obviously if it is active record then flag indicator will be y. Okay, let's see if this expired. So updated will be the date on the day which record got updated, and end date will be the same day the record is getting updated, and this flag indicator will be n, and the same value is going to update. We'll discuss it later. For the first, what we can do, we need to create these two table first, and also we need to insert this record into the bronze table, and we need to do the first history migration. Let's go and implement that. Okay, for that, I will open the Databricks. I have already created a syntax. So I'll give you the same command, and I'll also explain you so how we can create the tables. Okay. So this is nothing but we are following the simple SQL basically thing, right? So here like this is the create or replace table and the table name, and we are giving this kind of columns and their schema, basically data types. And let's say if you are following any other SQL editor, so like in that, like just SQL Server or Oracle, so instead of string, you can use like the varchar or varchar2. This is the simple SCD type 2. You can probably implement using the SQL Server, any other SQL also. But we are working on Databricks, so I just added in the Databricks. So any table which we create in Databricks, that is a delta table, and we need to define the using delta as a format, and we need to provide the location. Okay, let me go ahead and quickly execute this table. Let me copy it also. Let me go to the next cell. I will create the details table also, employee details. Guys, this video is maybe going too long because I'm going to explain each and everything, and I really worked hard for this, so it is going to take some time. So please be with me. So now I have to take the updated date column. So now I have to take the updated date, and updated date obviously will be the date format. And we have something called end date. End date also is going to be in a date format. And we have something called active, or you can say status, everything. And this is like I'm going to take as a boolean. Okay, this table got created, and I need to create the delta merge to, because this actually points the table name. So I need to change the table name. So now I create the employee details table. So now I can see everything is crystal clear. Let me do the query and let's see whether our um, table got created or not. So first I'll check for employee details only. Uh, Let me go ahead and run that. And meanwhile, it's running. So I'll copy this and in the next cell, I'll use that select asterisk from this employee bronze, and similarly I'll query this also. We can see our table got created successfully, and here also see table got created successfully. Now what I need to do, I need to insert some value. So without any wasting time, this is a simple index insert query. What I'll do, I'll just copy and paste it. You know, right? Insert into table and then values. Obviously, if you're mentioning column name, you need to mention the column and then correspondingly we have to map the these things, right? So I'll quickly insert two records as per the Excel. So I'll insert it. Cool. Meanwhile, it is getting inserted. If insert is completed, you can see two rows affected. And what was the affected case? That was the insert. If I'll query the bronze table, we will see that our record got inserted successfully, right? And now in the similar way, I have to insert into the employee details table. Okay, so for that I can quickly write a query insert into which table, insert into employee details table, insert into employee details table. And what all those things I need to insert, I need to insert all the column name, I need to insert all these things, right? I need to insert all these things. What I'll do, I'll paste it here. This employee ID also. But here is a catch, I'll tell you. If you see this, right, employee ID till here salary is fine, right? Updated date, let's say updated date is a date I'm going to operate something, right? I mean on on the same day. If I take for the today's date, obviously if I do the some operations, obviously it is going to change. So what I can do, I will take it as instead of updated date, while I'll basically hard code it. So let's say I'll take for the 1 days previous, and end date, obviously this will be the calendar end date. So 991231, and active indicator will be 1 because I'm choosing as a boolean, right? And what all those record I have to insert? Uh, let's say I have to insert that in all the records from the employee details table. First I need to mention the table name, right? Where employee ID not in, select employee ID from employee details table. I need to pick it, I need to only insert all the records which is not present in the employee details. I need to insert for only those employee ID which is not present in the employee details table. If you see, and the first time this record will be empty because this table is empty because this is a history migration. So this first is going to check in this table. This record exists? No, it's going to insert. Then again, it's going to check for two. It exists? No. So in that way, it is going to insert it. Okay. So you can see if I run my query, so these two records should be inserted. Okay. Okay, sorry, I missed that. That will be some. Now, if you see two rows inserted for the details table, I'll quickly go and query the data for employee details table. We can see this record got inserted and updated it that I had coded, or otherwise what I can do, let me do one thing. If you, what I can do, I can choose something called current date, current date -1. Something like that. I guess I can do that, but if not, then I'll basically hard code it. Okay, it again it's going to insert. So it my bad. uh, yeah, so it is working. Let me do one thing. uh, Truncate table employee details. Okay, now let me insert it. So why I'm taking minus 1 day, because for the further update and all, it's happening on the same day. So basically, to avoid the confusion for the updated date, I have just changed it like that way. Okay, so let me run it again. You can see it is taking for the one previous date, right? Till now history migration is completed. Let's say any of these record got updated or new record got inserted. We need to insert the same in this, and we also need to maintain the SCD. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's go ahead, and before that, let's say this is the bronze table is a SCD 0 table. In previous explanation which I have given, SCD 0 is only insert mode. There is no update at all. Even though any record is getting updated in the bronze table or the staging table, this is truncate and load. So even for the one single update also, this is going to truncate the whole data, and it is going to insert again, load again. So every time it's insert only. Let's say if you see the records, Alex consultant salary got updated to 110, and for the Jax is analyst and salary got, this is the new record completely, right? Even for the single record also, salary is getting updated from 100 to 110. So it's going to remove everything. It's going to insert the whole new value. So this is an insert only. So for anything which we are inserting, right? Let's say anything updating, inserting, it's basically a truncate and load. So what we need to do first, we need to truncate the basically the bronze table. So I'll follow it. I'll truncate it, and what I'll do, I'll insert it again. So what I need to do, I need to in update the salary for the Alex, and a similar way I need to insert the new record for the Jack, right? So obviously employee ID will be 3, and here I need to insert for the Jack, and then I need to change the designation, right? And then salary would be 60K. Let me insert it. Let me insert it. So I can see like 3 record got inserted in the corresponding employee bronze table. If we go ahead and if we query it, the bronze table, we can see is 3 record got inserted. Alex salary got updated to 110, and Jack is a new record. Okay, and similarly I need to maintain in the this here. So Alex consultant salary should be, this record should mark as a false. If you know the SCD type 2, what's going to do, it's going to insert a new record, and for the updated record, what it's going to do, it's going to update the end date for the current date, and it's going to mark active indicator as a false. And in the similar way, it's going to insert a new record with the updated salary, and end date will be the calendar date. Okay, and updated will be the same date. I hope you understand, right? So come to Excel. So what it's going to do, it's going to in this is the history migration. So what for the update record, what it's going to do, firstly it's going to insert this record, Jack analyst and something like that, right? And now it's going to make another entry number 4, and it's going to copy this, and salary it's going to update to 110, and here it's going to, no, and basically it's going to change the end date for that. Here its indicator is N and indicator is Y, and this is the calendar date. So in that way it will work. Okay, so in a similar way we have to implement it also. So there is something called the merge query that we write in SQL, so that we will going to follow. Okay, what is going to do, merge into employee details table, that is the target table. Okay, using which table, using the bronze table. Okay, using the bronze table, and I have to put a condition. So condition is basically the primary key column, right? So if you come copy this, employee ID is a primary key. I will tell you primary key I mean, this is a uniqueness we can identify, but uniqueness of employee details table is not going to identify using the employee ID, because there will be the multiple entry for the employee ID. So we need to create a surrogate key, but that will create will later. Okay. So employee aliases of this dot is equal to uh, brj dot employee ID, and there is something called when matched. Okay, when matched. Okay, you come here and see. Let's say this record is getting matched with Alex. Okay, and if there is any update in, let's say for this table, what things can update? Either the designation or either can the salary. If any of these two things got update, right? If like any of these two things got update, then only you do the update, otherwise ignore, right? Even though we are mentioning the matched condition, but here we need to mention something else also, right? And what we need to mention, we need to compare. Okay, and right, this emp dot designation not equal to brj dot designation. Okay, or emp dot salary not equal to brj dot salary. Okay, and and again we have to check, right? And this record should be active record. Let's say if you are updating anything, so previously it is active record only, right? So this active column equal to 1, right? Because we are taking as a boolean, and 1 will work as a boolean. If you see it, if you see it here, we have inserted 1 here, and but in the table if you see, it is taking as true, right? So if this condition is satisfied, right, then we will put, then we have to update, right? Update set. What we need to do, we need to update the columns for audit columns, right? What we need to update, we'll copy that column, that's update date. Let's say we need to update the date. Update date is equal to current date, right? Obviously, right, on the same day which record is getting updated inserted, that should be updated in the updated date column, right? And what next, I need to mention the end date, right? So if record is getting updated, so that means the previous condition is false, right? So the end date is on that day record got expired. So the end date will be also the current date. On the same day record got inserted, and for that particular row, it is taking the end date also, right? And if you take active columns, right? Now, if you take the active columns and you take the dim, and here also I need to take the dim dot active is equal to, what we will do, we will take like 0. Okay, this is the update condition, and it's only going to update it, nothing else. Let's say uh, we need to carefully see. For Alex, it's going to update the salary, and it's going to make this as a false. Okay, I mean, it's not going to update even the salary, because we are updating these three columns. Okay. So it's only going to update these three columns. Okay. But we will not see any new up record as per the SCD type 2. This salary should be increased in the next row. And this and the updated date will be a new column date, and end date will be this calendar date, and a previous record will be expired with false condition, and with updated date will be the end date. So here in this query, it's only going to update three column, but still we have not achieved our output. So how we can do that, right? So we will quickly go and let's write another condition. When not matched, then if, let's say, understood, everything is matching and non-matching based on the primary key columns, right? Everything is matching and not matching based on the primary key columns. So if it is matching, then I only updating the audit columns and the flag indicator. If it is not matching, then simply I'll insert what? Ah, so now if you see that, when not matching on which condition? Not matching on the ID column, right? So if it is not matching, simply go and insert that. Okay. So what all those things insert? It's going to insert only the new record. Okay. It's only going to insert the, it's only going to insert the, it's only going to insert the new record. Okay. So let me copy that. Let me copy that. Okay. Now, so what value I need to copy? I need to inserting, and inserting from where? Inserting from source table, and source table is a bronze table. So I need to insert all the columns which is present in bronze. So not present in the dim. So I will copy bronze.employee ID. Let me do one thing. Let me copy and I'll paste it accordingly. Okay. Bronze.employee name, bronze.designation, bronze.salary, and updated date is a current date, right? So updated date is a, because we do not have any audit column in the bronze table. And end date is what? End date is hard coded value, right? End date is the calendar end date. So everywhere you will see that some people keeps blank as the end date, because sometimes if you are presenting in a dashboard or we are making report on the top of that, it will not look good. If you, obviously null value will not look good, so we keep as a calendar date. That will be, you can see, right, 9999 years, so something like that. It's a infinite only, right? And active, right, active indicator, that is one, right? So far we are good. So far we are good, looks like. So if everything look good, right, this should insert, right? Let me go ahead and run that. What is happening? One second. Employee dot designation. Fine. I believe here I need to put the aliases or employee, right? So if I go ahead and run that, again it's throwing, right? Team update date, one second. Uh, Update, no, no, it's not dim, right? By mistake, I am taking the wrong aliases. So this is the employee. Uh, that's the dim I'm saying, and every time it's uh, employee, right? Let's go ahead and run that. Probably this time it should run. So now you can see that merge operation is getting completed. Let's see how it's going to run. So you can see two things got affected. One is update and one is insert. Quickly go ahead and check the data. Quickly go ahead and check the data. If you execute it, if you execute it, so what was the condition? If you completely see, Alex salary got updated 110. So this record should insert with new salary, and the previous record should mark as expired and false, right? So, and the Jack entry should complete. So what is done there? Jack entry is completed. It's active record, right? But if you see the Alex, right, it didn't update the salary and mark this record as an expired record. Where is the new record for Alex, right? That we missed, right? So so far these things we cannot do with the merge query. Okay. So what we need to do for that? So we need to insert those record basically separately. Okay. So how we can do that? Okay. So how we are going to complete that? Yeah. So what I can do, insert into, I can take insert into employee details table. What I can do, I can take insert into employee details table. Okay. And I'll take all the columns. I'll take all the columns. I'll copy from here in, I'll I'll copy from here. Please follow it very carefully. This is the very important thing. You will not find a complete details on the YouTube also. So many people are only using the merge query, but where is that updated record is not inserting only, right? It's only updating the audit columns. Let's say if idle scenario for SCD type 2, it should expire the previous row and insert the new row, but it's not happening for update. So how we can achieve that, right? So in that way, if you see that, right, we have inserted, and also we need to take the values. So what is the value here? Sorry. So let's say, what is the value here, right? So value is from the bronze only, right? So where the this value will come? So simply I'll copy this. Now now it is fine, but here you can see it is giving error. So where is the bronze data? So bronze data, for that we need to do the join here, correct? So we need to do, I mean, basically we need to, no, it's not inserting, right? Inserting into these details, and it need to take from that, from where it need to take from the bronze table. Okay, select these things from employee bronze, right? And we'll do the inner join. Inner join for with which employee details table, because we need to match the condition, right? On employee bronze dot employee ID equal to employee details dot employee ID, correct? If we do that, so and also, if you see, right, if you see, uh, employee details dot active equal to 0. Let me take aliases, I believe. uh, Fine. So if we see that, so it's inserted for the new record, but for the previous record it's again need to make a entry as an insert. So for Alex, you can see it is false, right? So it's only going to insert for that non-active record, right? So how we can do that, right? So if we run that, so it's going to insert the remaining record. Okay, let me go ahead and run that. One second. um Select from, uh, let me retry one more time. So I guess I have given the bracket, so that bracket I have removed. So now we can see number of row affected, and that is an insert. Okay, let's go ahead and check the query. Let's go ahead and run it. So perfect, right? We can see the salary got updated. This is the updated date, right? And this is the calendar date, and this is active record. Boom, we are able to solve that problem. But let me tell you one thing that we had did, but here in the query, it is going to take for all the non-active record. Let's say there is another update happen. This another update happened. The salary revised to 130. So this will be the false record, right? So it is going to make a basically a double entry. So let me show how we can solve that. Okay, I'm going step by step. This video is going longer, but please see like how I'm going to approach it, so you can able to solve it. Okay, so that I did. Let me add this command one more time. I will not take much time. So let's say inside the bronze I need to, let me truncate the employee details table also, right? This got removed. So what I can do, let me insert the two value first. Let me insert the first value in the similar way for the previously what I did. I'll do the same. Okay, so two rows got inserted, and the those two row I need to insert in the dim table. For that I run this query. Okay, and that is the silver table, or the basically the bronze table is a truncate and load. So how we can do that? So truncate the bronze table one more time. Truncate the bronze table one more time. Yeah. Now, what I can do, I will insert that this record one more time, right? I will insert this record one more time, right? Now, okay, I did a mistake, but it's fine. I should avoid this step, but yeah, I have removed. Let me verify like whether I have truncated the dim table also. Okay, so our dim table has four records, right? And now I have to insert from bronze table, right? So from the bronze, what I'll do the truncate one more time for the bronze table. Okay. And now I'll update one more time. Okay. I'll do update one more time. So what I'll do, I'll copy this. I'll update, not this. Where is that that I have done for the three, right? So here. So let me copy this. What I'll do, I'll update the Alex salary one more time, that is the 30. And let's say it's for update only, I'll check. Let me load the table one more time. Okay. So that I run it. So you can see three rows got inserted. If I quickly show the data, if we'll quickly show the data for the bronze table, so you can see this Alex salary got updated to 130, and that is a truncate and loads. Every time you will see the fresh record. Okay. But here you can see this, according to this, right? Alex is already present. So this record also should mark as a false, and this should be set as a calendar end date, and this record should make a false. I mean, active indicator should false, and this, and then again it will be a new insert for only this. So we are seeing three, I mean, basically four columns, rows, we need to see four. So if we go ahead and run the merge query, so if we go to the merge part, if we are going to the merge part, so basically just why I'm to show like it's going to take a multiple entries. You can see updated rows has been done. So let go ahead and check the data. Run the employee details table. If you can see, this Alex consultant got expired. Okay, but where is the new record? Right? For the new record, we need to insert our insert query. Okay. So you can see this is active is equal to 0. So we have two active, right? So it's going to make entry two times. That's what I'm going to show you. Number of row affected two. So this is the wrong thing, right? So you can see, we will see basically the duplicate data. You will see the duplicate data. If you Alex, Alex, Alex. So you can see Alex having two active records and every row is same, right? So this is not a way we should do it, right? So avoid those things, right? I need to do one more time, but let's say if you add the distinct command here, so it will work. Okay, let me do. I will not. It will not take much time. Okay, I will truncate this. I will truncate this. I will load this data. Okay, I will run this command. I'll run this command. Then again I'll truncate the bronze table. I'll truncate the bronze table. I will load this three data. Okay, Now I have to run the merge query. Now I have to run the merge query. Okay. If here I will use the distinct. Okay. It's fine for the first operation, but for the next operation, we are going to see the difference. Okay. Okay. Now if you go and run that, I need to do the truncate for the bronze table, because every time if new record is coming, this is the truncate and load, right? And now if we go ahead and check for the this, right, the updated salary from 110 to 130, let's go ahead and run that. Fine. Now go ahead and run the merge query one more time. You can see, and now go ahead and run that, our insert command. You can see this time only one. Okay. Now go and check the data. Go and check the data. You can see we have Alex, Alex, Alex. So these two Alex got expired because this salary is not updated. This is the updated salary and this is the active one, and these two records are also active. Hope you complete understand this, the SCD2 and how we can implement it there. But here is we need to implement one more thing. You can see this table has no unique record. Either what you can do, you can make these three columns like employee ID, employee name, designation, salary, something like that. You can make a surrogate key, and then you can make a unique record. You can create a hash value, and that should identify a surrogate key using basically a primary key, because you can see there is a multiple entries, 1 1 1 2 3. This is not a, this way you cannot identify a table in a unique manner, right? You cannot identify a row in a unique manner. So what we can do, similarly, in the Databricks, yet we do not have something called identity, right? So we cannot auto increase by one. So what we can do, so we can typically use the row number function. So what we can do, I can use the row number directly. Okay. I can use the over clause order by, let's say I'll do with the employee ID. Here I'll take then everything, and I'll take the aliases as let's say merge key or something like e mplo employee ID key, something like that, from employee details table. Okay. Now if you see that, so this is the unique record 1 2 3 4, right? 1 2 3 4 5. In that way, this key doesn't have any business logic, but itself for identifying a table in a unique manner, we have added this row number and we are uniquely identify a table. Okay. So you can see, I hope I have given everything about SCD2. Please go ahead and implement, and please do hit like, subscribe, because I have done really work hard for implementing this. Okay. Please do hit like, subscribe, so you do not miss any kind of video, and please do comment if you are able to solve the problem using SCD type 2. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Have a wonderful day. Please start your learning with data engineering. If you have any doubt, please ask me on the LinkedIn. I'll place my LinkedIn URL in the description. Thank you so much. Bye.